Welcome into wallsports.com. I'm Brian Duvall along with Warrior head coach Nate Sanford. And, Coach, congratulations on the big win on the road, and you're continuing this week with Brazos Christian.
Right.
Before we preview them, let's go back and take a look at – it looks like your team just basically had a couple of things go right. They picked up momentum, and they just never looked back.
Yeah, we did. They were 10-0, so there were a lot of things that they had been doing right. The thing that we knew that we had to take away from them, as we talked about last week, was the fact that their offense is very deceptive, and they'll put a lot of people at the point of attack, and you're unaware of it. And when that happens, you can get outnumbered. So it was very important that our linebackers read their keys to get us to the point of attack correctly, and they did that to near perfection. And we shut down that running game for the most part, and that was really the key to the game. We also got off to a fast start, and that doesn't hurt in a playoff game as well.
Coach, special teams, again, big, huge for you. It seems like special teams has really come through on big time on each of your 7 wins this season.
We've had great success when we play well on special teams, and we've done poorly when we don't play so well on special teams. This game, we had a punt return down to the 3-yard line to set up a touchdown. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown that increased our lead to 2 touchdowns when they had cut it to 8 points. So in both of those cases, the other team had seized some of the momentum, and we just took it right back.
Coach, it looked post-game and talking to you, it looks like you were real pleased with the way Michael Sachs had performed in that game.
How would you not be? Michael Sachs is nothing but a warrior. You know, he's been our quarterback for about a month. And look what he's done. He's not thrown an interception. The only time he's fumbled is when we've had a breakdown in pass protection, which is my fault because I coached the offensive line. And he's been a punishing runner. He's averaging close to 6 yards a carry and has scored 10 touchdowns on the ground this last month. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's about 210 pounds, never goes down on first contact. And that's not the ideal situation is for your quarterback to be taking a pounding. But since he's our Mike linebacker, we know he's used to it anyway, so it's all good.
Coach, a shorter road trip to Brenham this week to take on Brazos Christian. Right. They are coming in at 9-0. Another big challenge for you this week.
Yeah, they actually added a playoff win last week, so now they're 10-0. So I've never come across a situation where I've had to play 2 10-0 teams back to back. We're not really harping on that with the boys. That's really irrelevant. What's relevant is they've got a ground game that's very difficult to stop. It's not as exotic as Marble Falls. It's not the single wing. It's just an old-fashioned I formation, 1 and 2 tight ends. They're not super deceptive. They're going to run right at you, and they've got the horses to do it. So that's what we've got to shut down as far as they're concerned.
Coach, how are you shaping up from an injury standpoint for this? I know everybody at this point's got bumps and bruises and everything, but from the main guys going into this week.
We've only got one concern. That's one of our safeties, Raul Georgie. Of course, when you talk about Raul having an injury, that's a big deal because he's one of our leading tacklers and a real tone setter on defense. He makes bone-crunching hits from his safety spot, especially for a guy that weighs 155. He had a little shoulder issue last week. He's in a brace, but he ran straight over someone in practice yesterday. So I think he's going to be all right. So other than that, we're in really good shape.
Coach, are you looking at another physical round, another physical game? I mean, there's no more easy ones. Everybody is only going to get tougher from here on out.
Yeah, you said it. This is going to be probably a more physical game than last week. Just because Brian Brazos, that's the way they play football. It's the way they've done it for years. Former head coach there, Boyd Brigman, really set a great tone, set a great climate there of we're going to be a power football team. We're going to play tough defense. We're going to out-physical you. We went there 2 years ago, and they taught us a lesson. We were more of a finesse spread passing team at that time, and they spanked our bottom. We took good lessons from that game and ended up going to the state semifinals that year and almost got a rematch with them there late in the playoffs, which we would have loved to do. But it just goes back to the fact that they play tough, physical football, and that's their identity.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck. And, folks, for the latest on the Warriors, keep it right here to wallsports.com.